Bueno, pues me encuentro aquí con tres de los integrantes de Crystal Fighters antes de su tocada aquí en la Ciudad de México, en el Pasagüero, el 2 de abril. First of all, I wanted to ask you, do you have, I don't know, like a specific strategy to approach the Mexican public? Are you...
I think it's great to come here because we feel like our music lends itself to a climate like you have in Mexico, and so I think if we just go and do what we do normally and the crowd reacts well, I think it'll be a beautiful situation for all of us.
From your musical point of view, what's your opinion about the, I don't know, the Mexican electronic music, all the, I don't know, has become quite huge. Internationally speaking.
No doubt. I mean, that's something we were excited about coming here because the sort of prevalence of electronic music, but also the traditional music, and that's what we're interested in as well. You know, the most advanced music, but also the music that has lasted over hundreds of years. You know, so it's really exciting, and we hope when we play our gigs, there'll be other bands. We know that Ultrasonicas are playing with us on Saturday. But we hope to see some DJs.
Yeah, I think it's cool that Mexican electronic music is spreading worldwide and that the scene's growing. I think it's a global epidemic. It's great.
Which were the first, I don't know, Basque instruments you've got, and how did you started, I don't know, learning how to play them, everything?
Well, I think the real one that sort of captured our imagination was the chalaparta, the wooden blocks, and it just, the simplicity of it initially, because we played the drums and worked with drummers, it was easy for us to start. We just had to learn a slightly new technique, but yeah, it's just rhythm,
And we did that by going to the Basque Country, San Sebastian, Bilbao. We played there a few times, but before that we went there to meet musicians, to get more information, to buy instruments. There we learned a bit, but we don't really play this instrument in the traditional style. We sort of have adopted our own style, which is interesting because when we go to the Basque Country, it makes it interesting for the local people. We're not just trying to imitate them, and they'll say, "Oh, they're not that good," But because exactly, because it's exciting for them. But at the same time, across the world, where people don't know this instrument, they value it just as what it is. They're like, "Oh, cool." They don't know it's a traditional instrument. A lot of people, but they're like, "Oh, this is wicked." So it's great to be able to appeal to the people who know the instrument and the people who don't. But it sounds really good with the music we make, which is the reason really why we use these Basque instruments, because it just immediately works really well with this harder electronic stuff.
Is there some arrangement you make, like I don't know, in your clothes, in whatever it is you bring up to the stage? Is there, I don't know, something specific?
Well, I mean, the thing is that we're influenced by not only the Basque Country, but Spain, Latin America, Central America, all these things. And it's beyond just the musical influence that we take. We take a lot of influence from the style, the cultures, the way of living, and it's something we want to learn more and more about and get more into. We try not to come with something that doesn't feel natural to us.
I have here, I don't know, like a small picture of the album art, and I was hoping you could, I don't know, try to translate all the elements,
the symbols.
Yeah, exactly, and talk about it.
Star of Love, first of all. The Star of Love is an acronym for Sol, the sun. Yeah. So there, in the center of the image, you have the blaring sun, which actually a lot of people don't notice.
Yeah.
But for us, it's the
subtle.
This is the focal point of the image for us. The sun setting over this traditional scene involving mythological characters from Basque folklore.
And then we've got a little kind of draped fabric man down there who sort of represents, the third wheel, whoever that is at the time. This girl, she's got a little Basque drum.
She represents the sing. We have numerous girls singing on the album, and so she represents all of the girls who are involved in the project.
There's some instruments like the chalaparta is there. Yeah. And the whole point is it's sort of like a beautiful but at the same time decrepit scene. There's beauty in many of the outfits, and the sun is shining, light upon it. But deep within it, you can see there are dark patches. There are
the skull, the skull with the flower.
So it's meant to be a celebration, via this scene of life and stuff. But at the same time, like the subjects we touch on the album, it also involves the other side of things, which are despair, death, loss, etc., etc. So all these things are trying to summon an image that somehow can represent the grandeur of the topics we're trying to cover in the style of a traditional Basque festival.